Thank you. Good morning, everyone. My name is Andreas Borgeas. I have the honor of serving as CEO of the Greece-Africa Power Project, electrical interconnection between Egypt and Greece. The GAP is a subsidiary of the Eunice energy group based here in Athens. I think Minister Skylakakis and Ambassador Eunice teed it up pretty well at the beginning of the discussion. Energy is, and we are reminded of it, as an international security matter, and it should be treated as such. From my perspective, as a former member of the California State Senate, I kind of bring a California sensibility to this discussion in a Greek context. And the reason I bring that up is because I think that Greece would do well if it learned from the mistakes and challenges that California has made in this space. What I mean by that is that California, which is very known for being progressive and cutting edge when it comes to climate change and the environment and legislation, that we have made some mistakes. And some of those mistakes are as follows. The first is that you have very ambitious politicians that have very ambitious climate objectives, and what happens is they get over their skis because there's not a clear connection between industry and the climate objectives in the means by which they can be accomplished. That, I think, is very, very important. And in the Greek context, I think what we could do well here is make certain that there is very strong investment in the infrastructure, the hardening of our infrastructure, and the evolution of Greece's infrastructure for tomorrow's needs, even though we have them today. The other would be diversification. I think we seem to want to leapfrog from fossil fuels, and then we'll go to electricity, and then maybe we'll go back to wind, and maybe we'll go to hydrogen. It's pretty simple if we look at the Southeast Mediterranean as a network, as a hub, and it's emerging as an energy hub for the region and to satisfy the needs further north of us. And that is a very unique role that Greece is going to play, and it will continue to evolve if it does it very smartly and effectively. Also, using California as an example, you don't build a highway with one lane. You build a highway with multiple lanes. And that, I think, is important for us to remind ourselves that we should be looking at multiple opportunities to connect North Africa and Greece. We know that there are a number of projects being reviewed by Brussels in this process, and I want to commend the Greek leadership for its ambitious goals in that regard. And I'll use batteries. Storage also has emerged as something incredibly important, but so is hydrogen and wind. And so I think what we could do well as a country and as a community is that we make certain that industry and policy making are more fully integrated. The Eunice Energy Group, for example, we're very optimistic that we are going to be selected in the PCI for a battery storage project in northwest Greece. Eunice was also selected for not one, but 2 hydrogen pilot programs. So I think industries, and we're amongst colleagues in the commercial space here, the more that we can integrate with policymakers to achieve a desired outcome, it will be the best outcome, not just for Greece, the Mediterranean, but for the international community, because energy is an international security matter.